Help me ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. Gosh, I should show you my desk. I've had 3 more deliveries today. I know I said last night about feeling overwhelmed, but it is a good problem to have, and I'm just going to take my time with it. But I am going to film 2 videos tonight because I have youth club tomorrow night, and I'm away on Saturday, and so and one's come in that I've had an issue with. It went missing, but that will be in the next video, and I'll schedule that to go out Friday night, because I said last night that I wanted to share a deck from Oneness Emporium that I'm really excited about, and I want to get it, get my words out. I want to work with it this weekend, and the reason being, look at this, ho ho ho, nice little Christmas paper. This is Wicked, the tarot deck, and I'm going to see it on Sunday, Wicked for Good, at the cinema. And I thought, how fun to work with this deck over the weekend as I'm going to go and see it. I did rewatch Wicked last Sunday, not even knowing this was coming this week, in readiness for the film. And I want to say a couple of things about this as well. So, The Wizard of Oz. Everybody knows The Wizard of Oz. Frank L. Baum. Oh, by the way, sorry, not Frank L. Baum, L. Frank Baum, his book. I don't know if anybody realised that, but that's what Elphaba, who's the character here, the Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba is a play on L. Frank Baum, Elphaba. And, you know, he wrote all the Wizard of Oz books. I've got them all because I'm obsessed. But when I was a kid, it was the film you looked out for every Christmas. There wasn't DVDs. There wasn't even VHS tapes until I was like 11. But me and my sister in particular, my other sister was a lot older, so she wasn't that bothered about Wizard of Oz, would scour through the Christmas TV guides. We used to have 2 then, Radio Times and TV Times, because Radio Times showed radios, listings, schedules, and BBC One and BBC Two. Whereas TV Times just showed ITV until I became 10, and then Channel 4 was introduced and it showed ITV and Channel 4. So you had to have both, and we only had both at Christmas. But anyway, and we just loved The Wizard of Oz. And when, back in 1989, because you used to be, before that, you used to be able to rent VHS. Then back in 1989, they suddenly decided to sell VHS tapes. The first film I ever bought and owned was The Wizard of Oz, because why wouldn't it be? And so Wicked, I didn't know what I would think about Wicked, and I went to see it at the cinema this time last year. It blew me away. Absolutely loved it. In December, when I went to New York, a very generous birthday gift from Jen, my friend Jen, and Elle. They bought me tickets to see Wicked on Broadway. Again, incredible, and what an experience. It's a lifelong dream. Probably it was a lifelong dream to see it in the West End. I never thought I'd get to see it on Broadway, but it was amazing, absolutely amazing. Highlight of the trip. And then I've watched the film Wicked numerous times throughout this year. I downloaded it, purchased it and downloaded it. And I can honestly say that Wicked is now my all-time favourite film. And it's knocked Shawshank Redemption off that spot that has been there for 31 years since I saw it in 1994. I mean, it's still an incredible film. But and I'm not somebody that's into musicals. I mean, I loved Oliver and I loved Wizard of Oz, and I guess it is a musical, but more kind of cult following, Rocky Horror Picture Show. But this film for me is perfection. I'm a little bit nervous about seeing Wicked for Good on Sunday because I've heard mixed reviews. But I know the plot because obviously I've seen the full show on Broadway, as I mentioned, so I kind of know what's coming. But I just hope Wicked for Good, which is part 2, lives up to my expectations. Anyway, Insight Editions, who do these fandom decks, have released this, and this is beautiful. Again, it's that this is raised. The logo for Wicked is raised, and it's gloss on matte, and it's just so pretty. It's a really beautiful production, and these decks don't cost the earth, you know. It says written by Casey Gilley, illustrated by Cynthia Alvarez. Tarot deck and guidebook. Look how beautiful this is. Insight Editions. And then on the back it says, embrace the wisdom of Oz in your next tarot reading with this fantabulous, again, that's, you know, the people of Oz speak these strange words. This fantabulous tarot deck and guidebook inspired by the magic of Universal Pictures films Wicked and Wicked for Good. Oh, so it does incorporate both. I didn't think it would. The thrillifying take on traditional tarot reimagines Elphaba, Galinda, Fiero, and the rest of your favourite characters as original artwork based on classic tarot archetypes. It's time to unlock the magic within and explore your past, present and future. And you can see it's been endorsed by Universal. So that's really cool. It's in a 2-part sturdy box. Oh, look at the inside. It's the poppy fields. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, isn't this whole production just wonderful? Here's our book. That's the dance that they do in the ball, at the ball. Oh, this is going to be great. So the contents: introduction, about your deck, the major arcana, and then we go through. Does it look like any of the cards have changed? We do have themed suits, so we have yellow bricks. I'd imagine that's earth if it's bricks. Suit of flowers, maybe that could be earth. Coins could be earth. Brooms is going to be wands, isn't it? See, that will confusify me. Caring for your deck. Don't be afraid. You can do anything spread. Make your own magic spread. Know your power spread. All right. I need to see what the suits break down into. So we go straight into the major arcana. Let's go to the minor arcana. Oh, does it tell you? Where does it tell you? About your deck. Let me pause and find the info. Okay, it doesn't say like the wands is brooms or, excuse me, or anything like that. But it just says here at the bottom, each suit has 14 cards from King, blah, blah, blah. Although the journey of the minor arcana cards are relatively similar, they are differentiated by their suits, each which speaks to an individual component of identity. The yellow bricks represent intellect and ambition, which is intellect is swords, okay? The flowers point to emotions and creativity. Now, emotions is our cups. The brooms evoke spirituality and passion. That's our wands. And the coins symbolize physical and material health. Coins is coins. So like pentacles and coins in the Marseille decks. So that is our earth suit. Okay, so that's the little book. Quite handy. 127 pages. Look at her with the grimoire. I mean, it's called a grimoire. I just wish they'd called it a grimoire. Because, you know, it's her book of special powers that she's taken from the wizard. All right, so let's have a look. So we've got, oh, wow, it's metallic. They've really upped their games. I was expecting it to be edged when I saw all this on it, but again, nice sturdy inlay. We've got an emerald green ribbon. What else? I suppose we could have had yellow for the yellow bricks, but it's a chunky deck. The cardstock is wonderful. These are the backs, fully reversible. I like the combination of the pink and green, Glinda and Elphaba. But look at the quality of this deck. Wow. So we have Fiero as the Fool. Fiero in his stance as well, as which, you know, I don't want to do any spoilers, but I think most people know now that Fiero in the second film, Wicked for Good, will become the Scarecrow. And there's lots of foreshadowing in the first film, you know, so where he's doing this dancing through life scene at the Ozmas ball, or getting ready for the Ozmas ball, there are these wheels that turn, and on the wheels you'll see corn representing the fields that he'll be in, like in the Wizard of Oz, in the cornfields as a scarecrow. So there's lots of foreshadowing. Elphaba is our magician, and this is where she's in class and she gets enraged by the treatment of the animals and, of course, the professor. The High Priestess. This is the end of the first film, Defying Gravity, where she takes her broom and flees the Emerald City. So this is Elphaba's sister, who becomes the Wicked Witch of the East. She's not wearing the silver slippers, which actually, the only reason why the slippers were ruby in Wizard of Oz was because of the production team with the Wizard of Oz film. They thought it would stand out more as a vivid colour, because the Wizard of Oz is famous from going from black and white, well, like a sepia colour, to colour. And they thought the ruby would really stand out. And it does. But in the books and in Wicked, they are silver slippers. So this is Nessa Rose, who is Elphaba's sister. And Elphaba stays at Shiz University to kind of look after her sister. The image of the magician, all smoke and mirrors, or curtains. Look behind the curtain. So here we have Dr. Dillamond, who is the professor who's teaching the class with Fiero, Elphaba, Gerlinda. She changes her name from Gerlinda to Glinda in support, under pressure, of the way the animals are being discriminated against and losing their voice, which is it's very a very powerful message that is being conveyed through the film to make us think about people losing their voices and marginalised groups, etc. Elphaba and Fiero for our lovers, of course. Although there is a subtext really between, you know, and Lovers isn't always about romantic relationships, but there's certainly a deep love between Gerlinda and Elphaba as well. So I wouldn't have been surprised if they had been the lovers as well. Here's our chariot, which is the train that takes them to the Emerald City. Oh, I just love this. Oh, look. It's the lion cub who becomes the cowardly lion, who they rescue. Elphaba and Fiero rescue after she puts everybody else to sleep with poppies, and sets him free into the woods. Dancing through life, the Wheel of Fortune. It had to be, didn't it? The flying monkeys for justice. They want justice, because they're led to believe that, you know, they've been cursed by Elphaba for having wings. Madame Marvel. That's interesting. Maybe this is coming up in the second film. Epic image of the melted witch death. No spoilers if you haven't seen it, but all is not what it seems. But the very opening scene focuses on this, and the voiceover announcement. But Dorothy throwing the water over the witch. Temperance. That's Bock. He's in love with Glinda, but Glinda kind of encourages him to take Nessa Rose to the ball. And Nessa falls for Bock, but his heart doesn't belong to Nessa Rose, and he becomes the Tin Man. The devil. The wicked witch is watching you. Or the propaganda. Because everybody needs a common enemy. The tower. Wow. This is brilliant, you know. This is really well done. I wasn't expecting a deck of this quality. The star. Glinda arriving in her mode of transport, her bubble. The moon. Galinda's sidekicks at the Shiz University. The wizard leaving. This will be in Wicked for Good. For Judgment. The world is the Emerald City. King of the Yellow Bricks. So we're going into the Yellow Bricks now. And this is intellects, this is our swords. I love the little diamond here with the yellow bricks in it. Look at that. There's the trapdoor. So this is a spoiler if you haven't seen Wicked for Good. The animals, they had a secret meeting about their concern. Some animals decided to leave Oz. This is where Elphaba rescues the lion cub, and she takes it to the lake, the pond, to drink water in the middle of the night with Fiero. We have the silver slippers. Notice as well, like the heel, these were designed to represent the death of the owner of the shoes, which is Nessa Rose, who becomes the Wicked Witch of the East. Again, it's foreshadowing, because we all know from Wizard of Oz that the Wicked Witch of the East is killed by Dorothy's house. And here's a cyclone, and it's to represent the hurricane and the cyclone of the heel, foreshadowing her death. This is the guards taking Professor, his name's just gone out of my head. I've just said it, but taking him away. He's a lecturer at the university. She's going to visit the caged animals. I think this will be in Wicked for Good. It's certainly not in the first film. The Yellow Bricks. The creation of the Yellow Brick Road. The potion that she keeps under a pillar. So this is a bottle that was left by her mother. So her mother had an affair with we'll later find out, the Wizard of Oz. And he gave her some elixir that she drank, and it was green elixir, which she then became pregnant, and Elphaba was born green, and her father rejected her. Not the wizard father. The father that brought her up rejected her. Emerald City. Then we have flowers. We have Bock as the Tin Man for the king. Ah, interesting. Bock and Nessa Rose as the king and queen of flowers. That's clever. And there is Bok. The page is Dorothy with Toto. And then we have the ace. This could be where Glinda is announcing to the Munchkins that Elphaba is dead. Elphaba and Fiero. This is the dance at the Shiz University Osmus. It's a very, very poignant and powerful scene actually between the two of them, because there's a song called Loathing, Unadulterated Loathing, where they just don't like each other. But Elphaba is chosen by Madame Marvel to have private tuition, and it's what Glinda really wants, so she agrees to do it if she'll also do that for her. And Madame Marvel tells her what she's done, and then she comes to the dance and everybody's ridiculing her, and she steps forward and dances with her because she's popular. That's Loathing, I think. Dorothy's house landing in Munchkinland. Shiz University. Oh, I love that scene in the film. Again, this is a foreshadowing moment where she runs and leaps. It's to remind us that, you know, she flies through the sky. Think of the house when in Wizard of Oz. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, wedding dress. This will be in Wicked for Good. I love these fields. Look how beautiful that is. I want to sing. She's dead. So we have the wizard and Glinda for the king and queen. We have Glinda's school friends for the page and knight. And then we have coins. They've stepped off the train and they're walking into Emerald City. This is the big, huge effigy that they burn when they believe that Elphaba is dead. Flowers. Love it. Oh, I'm pleased they've done this with Zomania. These are the original Broadway cast. From the original Broadway cast. They're the original Elphaba and Glinda. And they do make a cameo in the film. So I'm really pleased that they've been honoured in the tarot deck as well. Approaching the wizard. I'm really pleased that the deck is for Wicked and Wicked the Good. I can't talk too much, so he's turning into the scarecrow here, look. I can't talk too much about the second film because I've not seen it, but I will be seeing it on Sunday. Elphaba is a young child. Oh, that's such a powerful scene when she puts her hand out and the broom. This is, you know, when she defies the wizard and claims her power. Oh, this is the little, it's almost like a carrier pigeon. Comes on this little hot air balloon. I can still hear the little noise it's making. But he delivers the invitation for Elphaba to meet the wizard. Munchkin Land, they're celebrating the death of Elphaba. Glinda's wand. Wow. Powerful. I love it when she puts the hat on at the Osmus ball. And the Grimoire. Brilliant. That is really, really well done. That is a great, this is probably my favourite Insight Editions fandom deck. Maybe it's because, you know, it's showcasing my favourite film. I just think this production quality is gorgeous, really gorgeous. Absolutely love it, and I think the images are really clever. Sometimes they're way off, but these are really good, really good. Let me know your thoughts. Do you have this deck yet? Have you seen the second film? I know it's been out a week or so. First opportunity I've got is Sunday, so I'm really excited, and I'm going to work with this deck between now and then. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant quality, love it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.